Okay. Yeah, if your head is just hanging off the block, I want you to come right onto the floor. Yeah, thank you. Now, start deepening your breath. As you inhale, I want you to feel the back of your ribs pressing into the earth. The front of your heart expand. And as you exhale, just kind of release that breath. With the block behind you, see if you can feel the tips of your shoulders melt towards the earth. And feel any tension in your back, just release. Yeah. So if your head is just hanging out, I want your head to be supported or all the way onto the floor. Take 2 more big full breaths here. Maybe with a hint of a smile, so you find your rhythm. How do we create our own stories in our mind? How do we all experience the same thing that happens, but we have our own experience of it? It's a superiority complex and an inferiority complex. Then if your feet are not on the floor, please take your feet to the floor. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Hold onto your right shin. Roll your right ankle. Let's just get the gas out of there. Good. Now flex your right foot and step your right foot forward as you hold your right shin back. And you should start to wake up the right hip flexor pretty quick. You can extend your left leg straight. Now, if you're on the block, you might want to take the block out from under your back to extend your left leg, if you want to extend your left leg. So that's the option. Take another breath here. Oh, yeah. And release. Good. Now, take your left knee towards your chest. You might notice that your right hip is kind of hot. Hold on to your left shin. Flex your left ankle and just roll it around. This is just warming up. Then I want you to flex your left ankle, step your left foot forward, but you're going to hold your shin back. And step your left foot forward, holding the shin back, feeling the fire, the heat in your left hip. And just close your eyes and see if you can stay centered in your breath. Equanimity is being comfortable with your superiority complex and knowing that you have an inferiority complex. It's being with the light and the dark at the same time. And release. So we want to just stay in that place in the middle. So we're going to start working on our quads. You're going to extend your right leg up to the ceiling. You can take your hands to the outer edges of your right thigh. And you're going to lift your left leg so that your ankles cross and make an X. Your knees are aiming towards you, and you're going to just lightly hold on to your right thigh. Then as you exhale, you're going to lower your legs, but as you inhale, the bottom left foot, the left shin, the left leg is pressing up as the right shin presses down, and you should feel the left quad, the front of your left thigh. So you inhale down, and then exhale, press the ankles towards each other, the bottom ankles lifting up a heavy top ankle. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, press it up. Feel the resistance. Create that resistance. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, lift it. And take 2 more just like that. This is for the left quad, the front of your left thigh. It's very simple. Oh, I gotta let somebody in. Take 2 more just like that. Yeah, good. And come all the way back up. Now you're going to widen your right knee out to the right quite a lot so that your right kneecap is aiming out to the outer right edge of your mat. And we're going to do the same thing. You're going to lower, holding on to your right thigh bone just a bit. And the bottom ankle presses up. It's going to be very heavy because you're really pressing down the front right ankle down. From the outside, it shouldn't look like a whole lot, but from the inside, you are working it, girl, right? Exhale, get right into that left quad. We're gonna stretch it. This gets into the fascia of the muscles on the left side. Let's just take a few more, just like that. Whoa, you should feel kind of heated up here, yeah? Good. All right, last one. Good. And all the way up, oh yeah. And let's just give it a shake out. Yeah, so we're gonna continue to cook that left quad. So you're gonna step your left foot to the floor and open up your right hip by crossing your right ankle over the left. So we call this pigeon on our back. But this time what you're gonna do is hold on to your left thigh and you're gonna press the right ankle down. And then you're gonna resist it back up. Oh, the right ankle's pressing into the left thigh. Oh, you're pressing it up. Exhale, lower it. And then inhale, find that resistance. Oh yeah, like a squeaky door. Exhale, of course I don't want to associate us with a squeaky door. Kind of like the Tin Man, right? Exhale, press the right ankle into the left thigh. Press it up, really resist it. Oh yeah. 2 more, you should feel a lot of heat in the left quad by now, the front of the left thigh. Take 1 more and press it up. Oh, doggy, yeah. And release. And shake it out. And notice the heat in the left quad. It's a muscle we don't pay enough attention to. We're going to be using it later. So now we're going to come back to where we started, but this time you're going to extend your left leg up to the ceiling and hold the outer edges of your left thigh. Lift your right leg and cross your right ankle behind the left. So your knees are soft, but the kneecaps are aiming back behind you. And once again, you're going to exhale and find the resistance of the top left ankle pressing down and the right ankle's lifting up a big weight of the left. Exhale until you feel it all cooked up in the front of your right thigh. That's your quad. Yeah. When was the last time you really worked on your quads, you know? Exhale up. Good. Take a few more just like that. Inhale. Find your resistance. Take a few more just like that. And as soon as you become distracted, you're cooked. It's not going to happen. You have to really find the presence. Be here now, like a meditation. We're going to take 2 more. Good. Last one. Oh, yeah. And release. Let's shake that puppy out. Again, left leg long, right, we don't have a lot of time. So press your right ankle behind. And now you're going to widen your left knee out to the left. So look at your left knee. Imagine if there's a light on your knee, the light is tracking out to the outer left corner of your mat. Hold on to your right thigh once again and exhale. Inhale, press the top left ankle down to get into the right quad. Exhale. And then you can even inhale up. Yeah, it should feel really hot about now. Or maybe about 3 poses ago, 3 times ago. But we're not going to be here too long. Oh, yeah. We're going to really get back of the pelvis reset here too. We're going to take just 2 more here. Really make them really count. Last one. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All the way up and release. And shake it out as you choose. Okay. Now step your feet to the floor and cross your left ankle over your right thigh, opening up your left hip really wide. And again, this is for the right quad. So you're going to lift the right leg towards you, kind of holding the right thigh. And then you're going to exhale, lower, and then press the top left ankle forward to get a real heat in the front of your right quad. Exhale, lower, and then inhale, press the left ankle forward. You are one powerful person, each one of you. We have inherent gifts and power, and we don't always really recognize it. Exhale. Good. Oh, yeah. Exhale. Tap. Let's take one more just because it's so much fun, right? And exhale. Oh, yeah. And release. And just kind of shake it out. Cross your shins, roll back and forth till you make your way to seated. And come to a seat. Cross your right shin in front of your left and sit up super tall with your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Now we're going to lengthen from the pelvis to the armpit. This also lengthens our spine. We're not going to shrug our shoulders. We're going to find that length. So inhale all the way up. Exhale your right hand to the floor, reaching all the way over to the right. Oh, yeah. And inhale back to center. Exhale, maybe your right hand will move further away or closer. And you want your right elbow to reach toward the earth, but your left outer hip reaches toward the earth, and you get lots of length on the left side of your body. But on your right side, you're squeezing the right waist. Yeah. Good. This is so good for your spine, guys. You should feel a lengthening. Let's do one more time. Exhale, make it really effortful. And then all the way back to center. Come to seated, and I want you to close your eyes and notice how your left shoulder is higher than your right, but you're not shrugging your shoulders. Good. Okay, let's do the left side. Inhale with the breath. Exhale, reach. Adjust your hands so that your left elbow can reach toward the earth. And then inhale back. Exhale, find a little deeper. Good. And inhale back. Exhale. Yeah. Now you're going to really be conscious to keep the right outer hip grounded and get lots of length. Oh, on the right side of your body. Exhale. Maybe your left elbow will come toward the earth or a little closer. We're going to just take two more, just like that. Yeah. Oh, you can actually feel yourself literally lengthening your spine. Yeah. Everything we do and think and feel, oh yeah, contracts it. Now we're going to come back to center. Now we're nice and tall. Inhale, circle your arms up, cross your right wrist in front of your left. Flip your palms, interlace your fingers. Now, some of you have cranky shoulders, as Meg would call it. So I want you to take your arms forward if the shoulders say, I don't want to do this. If it doesn't feel right, take your arm forward, never your head, okay? Now you're going to twist to your left using the left. You're going to twist to your right, I'm sorry, using your left ribs, rolling the left waist to the right, and inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Make it really effortful. Yeah, find that edge. It's in the edge where we find change, right? All right, let's take one more, all the way to the right. And release your hands, taking your left hand to your right knee, your right fingertips. So I want you to tent your right hand, your right palm lifts. And then have a nice twist looking over your right shoulder, using your left hand for resistance. Nice long spine with your shoulder blades down your back might give you a little bit more. And just close your eyes and find your breath. Rush. Okay. Inhale back to center, because right, if we rush, we become Russian, right? Okay. Cross your left wrist in front of your right. Flip your palms. Interlace your fingers. Lift up tall. Ready? Now you're going to twist to your left using your right waist. And inhale back to center. Exhale and twist. And inhale back to center. So your belly stays engaged. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Good. Let's take one more, twist to your left, then release your hand so that your right hand can cup your left knee and get a nice twist, looking over your left shoulder with a nice long spine over your left shoulder. Oh yeah, take a breath. Take 2 breaths, remember. We're not gonna hurry through things, okay? And all the way back to center. And now make your way to table pose, hands and knees. Now we're ready to go. Now, when you come here into table pose and you make your way into cat and cow, I want you to notice your quads. How do they feel? Okay. Exhale. Inhale. Yeah. Now, see if you keep your belly engaged. We're going to work on our core here also, not to mention, of course, always our spine. Okay. Are you breathing? Find the rhythm of your breath here. Move with the breath rhythm. Oh, yeah. And then back to center. Extend your right leg back behind you. Let's start with I like to start with our glutes. And I want you to tap and lift. Tap and lift. So make sure your head is not dumped. Your gaze is going to be slightly forward. And I'm going to give you another little option. You can stay right here. This is really awesome. Or you can come right onto your forearms, keeping the shoulder blades hugged together. And you'll get a little bit more resistance because gravity will do that for us. Keep your belly engaged. Right. And this is just to get our glutes heated up. Good. You exhale on the squeeze. And when you exhale, the belly also stays connected. 5, good. 4, 3, 2, last one, good. Now, if you're on your forearms, come back to table pose, because now you're going to extend your left arm forward. Shoulder blades hug together. Make sure your weight of your right hand is in the base of your first fingers, not in your wrist, okay? Now you're going to take your right leg out to the right and your left arm out to the left and come back to center. Now, if that slows you on your shoulder, you can always bend your left elbow out. Exhale. So you bend the left elbow, or you extend your left arm out to the left. Or it's really lousy on your shoulders, you keep both your hands on the floor, right? 8, good, 7, 6, 5. This is your core. You know where your belly is? Okay, 2 more. Last one. Now come back to the balance. We're going to do one more thing. I want you to bend your right knee and reach your left hand towards your heel. We're not coming into the quad stretch here. It's almost as if. And then you're going to come back to the balance. This is for the core too. Exhale. Like you're reaching for your foot and inhale back to center. I don't want you to grab it. I just want you to, this is for the core. You're getting into the quads that we woke up to. This is like a twofer. Exhale. Inhale. We're going to do about 3 more. Not too many. 3. Good. 2. You might find that your foot does get to your hand because the quad's nice and warm. And then make your way back to table pose. And let's just take some hip circles here. Just circle the hips right and left. Yeah. Lovely. Good. Now, you can extend your right leg out to the right. Spin your right toes out to the right. Bend your right knee so that it's 90 degrees. And then you're going to walk your hands back and come all the way up. Okay? So the right thigh bone is going to reach back and your right waist reaches forward. Lots of engagement in the whole right side of your body. And then you're going to come into the lunge. Inhale. So the right ribs are rolling forward. Lots of engagement in the core here. And your belly is saying, oh yeah, that sounds familiar, right? Exhale. Inhale. You can play with your right foot. You know that. You can take your right foot a little further away or your right foot a little closer. Yeah, you know what your hip can do. Find that edge though. I want to encourage you to look over the edge of difficult, right? We're just going to do a few more. Exhale, make sure your whole breath is in it. Inhale. Last one. Inhale. Oh, yeah. Now you're going to step your right foot forward all the way, and I want you to flex your front right ankle. So when we move with the quads, we have to always be sure we get in the hammies. Our muscles balance one another. So the right ankle's flexed, you're going to pull it back, and your belly's going to draw back, okay? Then you're going to step into your right foot and take your right shin forward. Oh, yeah. But you can get a little more if you press your right foot and your left knee down and hug them toward each other. Oh, yeah. And then inhale, do the same thing, the right heel, the left knee, want to hug to the midline. Exhale, it's the end of those breaths that really is where the change is. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah. Inhale. Ooh. Let's just take two more. So we're doing this very mindfully. Good. Last one. Exhale. It's a nice stretch in your low back too, by the way. And then make your way back to center, stepping your right foot to the floor. And this is where you might want your blocks. So you might want to take your hands to blocks here. If you have your blocks nearby, please use them. I'm a big believer in blocks. And you're going to make your way into a lunge. Lift and lower. Now, if your back is rounded in order to get your hands on the floor, that's when the blocks are really great. Now, we're going to come into the left inner thigh here, okay? So you're going to lower your left knee and then extend. And as you exhale to lower it, it doesn't quite land, and then inhale. Like you're lengthening the whole left leg from the inner thigh all the way to the ankle. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to make it so long that my pants are going to get too short, right? Really lengthen. And when you keep your mind on the left adductor, the left inner thigh, that's where the prana will go. That's where the fire will go. Good. 4, 3, 2. Oh, yeah, last one. Let's do one more just because it's so fun. Good. Now you're going to walk your hands back and shorten your stance to make sure your feet are wide. So all 4 corners of both feet are grounded down. Press them down so they can lift up your belly. Then you should feel really steady as you press your feet down to come all the way up. Keep your right outer hip back. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers and lift your heart. And now you're going to dip forward right into those nice toasted up flexors and get a little deeper in the hamstrings. Release your head, find a little balance here. Take a breath. Good. Exhale, release your hands to the blocks or to the floor, stepping into your right foot. Lift your left leg all the way up. And then step your left foot beside your right. Oh, forward fold. Maybe a little deeper forward fold. Now press your fingerprints down to lift the belly. Press your feet into the earth like you want to make an impression into the earth. And then inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Good. And palms together, release. Take your right elbow back. Now, your feet are hip width apart. Your elbow is neither low nor high. It is directly back. And then you're going to reach over to your left. I'd like to get into this because also you're getting into a little squat. And then you're going to inhale back. Okay? Exhale, squat. Inhale. So you can feel the shoulder blades hug down your back. But as you exhale, the belly draws back and you're going to fire up your quads. and your glutes, right? Good. There's a little twist here. But really, as far as I'm concerned, it's those shoulder blades that we have to deal with and make sure that we know where they are every day and strengthen them too. 3. Good. 2. Last one. All the way back and release. Oh yeah. Again, feel the right shoulder blade back. So we lengthen the sides of our body, and now we're drawing our heart open. Let's do it with the left. Check out your left elbow, everybody. Make sure it's neither tipped or tipped, right? Soften your knees, ground into your feet, belly back. Exhale to the right. And then you decide how deep a little squat you want to do. Exhale. Good. Exhale. Good. Inhale up. Exhale. Maybe go a little lower for the last 3. 3. 2. Yeah. Last 1. Now really take the left elbow back, shoulder blades hug together and down your back and release. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Take some hip circles here. Connect with your breath one way and then the other. Yeah. Ready? Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank with your knees up or down. If your shoulders are funky or you have a problem with your wrists, knees can come down and forearms can come down. Either way, your belly is engaged, right? And I just want you to be here wherever you're at and just feel it right into the core. And lower all the way to the mat. Make sure your hands are beside your upper ribs, shoulder blades down your back. And then make your way into a cobra. Oh yeah, or an up dog. And right into down dog. And walk your dog. And notice your breath. Good. And then lower your knees back to the floor. Are you ready to do the left side, guys? So you're going to extend your left leg back behind you. Okay? And you're going to lift and lower. Option 1 is to lift and lower. And this is a great option. Option 2 is to come a little lower and allow gravity just to help things along, because you know we're going to be here for a little bit in order to get into our core, our spine, and our glutes, right? So exhale. Maybe even closing your eyes, but don't dump your head down. So if your eyes are closed, an imaginary gaze is slightly forward. You're neither looking up, kind of way to pinch your neck, or dumping your head down. Good. This is a big muscle, so I like to take a few more here. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, last one. Now you're going to come back to the table with your left leg lifted and extend your right arm forward. This is a classic spinal balance. This is wonderful for your spine. And then you're going to take your right arm out to the right, your left leg out to the left, and come back to the center. This is also for your core. And if this bothers your shoulder, you bend your right elbow and come back. And then, right. Yeah. And notice if you let go of your belly, you will fall over. So you have to have that engagement in your core, and you take a break anytime you need one or want one. You're listening to your body, she'll tell you. 3, 2, good. Last one. Back to the balance. Now you're going to bend your left knee and tap your left heel and come back. So you might not tap it. Okay? Exhale.
I'm not interested in if you touch it or not. Believe it or not, yeah. Just reach for it. Yeah, that's going to get into the quad, and you're going to have your core, right? 5, 4, good. 3, we're almost done being on our hands, Joyce. Good. 2. Yeah. Last one, make it really work, make it fiery all the way back, and release. Then you're going to extend your left leg out to the left. Spin your left toes away from you, stepping your left foot to the floor. And you're going to come all the way up and off the wrists. Left thigh bone back, left ribs forward. Got that? And now you're going to come into the left hip. Oh, yeah. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Good. And you can play with your left foot, the distance of your left foot. You might want to make it longer. And you might want to make it shorter. Yeah, or you might want to take a break. I'm really into breaks. And kind of get going, and then that's it. Okay, 3 more. 3. Oh, yeah. 2. Last one. All right. Back to center. Now you're going to take your hands to the floor and extend your left leg in front of you, flexing your front left heel, and you should feel it all the way up the back side of your left leg, the hamstrings, the peroneal muscles, even into that the attachment behind your ankle, the Achilles tendon. So press your left heel down, the left outer hip back, the belly back. Ooh, I can do that. And now you're going to step forward into your left foot, taking your left shin forward. But at the end, see if you can squeeze your left foot and your right knee toward each other. And then inhale back. So this is not about how fast you can go. It's about how slow you can go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, yeah. 3. 2. Now, how conscious can you be to really hug it together? Good. Now, you're going to step your left foot to the earth, and maybe you'll take your blocks because we're going to prepare for our lunge, lifting and lowering our hips, right? And if you have to round your back, definitely take blocks. Then lower your back right knee toward the earth, and then fire up the right inner thigh, lengthening the right leg so long that you have to shorten your pants, right? Okay, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen. Keep your belly engaged even here. Use this as core work also. Oh, yeah. 4. 3. Yeah. 2. Use all those parts that we made up. All right, let's take one more just because it's so much fun. And then you're going to walk your hands back and widen your stance. Shorten and widen your stance. Press your feet down to come all the way up. Taking your left outer hip back, so you're going to have really squared hips in front of you. Take your hands behind your back, lift your heart. Now there's a tendency for the low ribs to come forward. See if you can draw the low ribs back as you come halfway forward first. So the low ribs draw back, your belly draws back. And then you find a nice stretch. Make sure there's a softness in your knees. You don't want your legs hyperextended. Find your breath. Oh, yeah. Exhale your hands to the floor. Stepping into your left foot, lift your right leg all the way up. Exhale, step your right foot beside your left. Oh, yeah, lift the belly. Press your feet down to circle your arms all the way up. And bring your palms together to your heart center. and release. All right, so now we're gonna have a little bit more fun. You're gonna widen your stance with your toes out, and I want you to come into what we call goddess. So I want you to make sure your knees are tracking over your second toes. There's a tendency for your knees to want to drop forward. Let's avoid that, okay? And once again, we're gonna get into the shoulders. So as you come down, I want you to extend your arms out to T to start with. And then you're gonna come onto your tiptoes and draw your elbows back behind you. Oh yeah. And as you inhale, you're gonna take them back to the letter V, but you're gonna take your heels back to the floor. Got it? Exhale, pull it back, stay low. Inhale, open it up. So your upper back muscles are gonna tone and hug toward the midline. You're gonna feel your belly engaged. And as you exhale, you're gonna lift the pelvic floor. Yeah, and inhale. All those things working together, so therapeutic for us as women. Good. Elbows back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 4, 3, 2. Oh, listen to your mind saying, oh, when is this going to be over? But it's not only going to get more fun, because now we're going to stay low and just pulse on our tiptoes and be amazed at our balance, our alignment, and our strength, right? All the way back. Good. And take some hip circles. One way and then the other. I even like to come onto my tiptoes here and move my hips. This is really cool. But this is just a little release until we do our next little series. Make sure you're breathing. Check in with your breath. Yeah, if you're not breathing, you're not practicing. That's not for this class. Okay, so you can keep your blocks nearby. You won't need them now, because now we're going to do a series to get into the right hip to start with, and the right glute, and the right side of our body. It looks like this. You might want a wall or something to hold on to. So you're going to start by lifting your right leg up behind you. Then you're going to tip forward and step your right foot back. Guys, want to try that? Because then we're going to lower your right knee, extend it. Then you're going to take off into a balance, which I just took off into a tipping one. And then you're going to step back, lower your right knee, getting into the right quad and hamstring. Lengthen, and then step back to center. All right, we're going to do that on the right several times. So I'll direct. Inhale, lift your right knee. Exhale, step it back. Lower your right knee. Fire up the inner thigh. Extend. Tip forward. Make your way into warrior 3 or airplane. Yeah, it'll get easier, you'll see. Step your right foot back. Lower your right knee. And then step your feet together. On the right. Lift your right. Exhale. Back. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, take off. Exhale, step back. Make sure you're breathing. Lower your right knee. Extend and step together. Ready? Right side, lift. Back. Tap. Lower your knee. Extend. Take off. Step back. Lower your right knee. Come back and step together. 2 more times. Lift your right knee. I don't even know how to count this. Step back. Lower your right knee. Extend. Take off. Woohoo! Take off. Step back. Lower. Come back. Step back together. Last time on the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, extend. Step. Lower. Extend. Warrior 3. Airplane. Step back. Lower. Back to that lunge and step forward. Oh, you guys feel that? Yeah? Thumbs up? Okay, so now guess what? We gotta do the left side. And it'll be different, and it doesn't mean worse, it means different. So let's give that a go. Ready? So the first one, we're gonna really feel where are we at. We opened up the glutes, we opened up the flexors, core is engaged. Use all those parts. Ready? Look at something that's not moving. Lift your left knee, belly back. Step back. Land. Lower your left knee. Fire up the left inner thigh. Take off into warrior three. Step back. Lower your knee. Extend. And then step forward. Ready? Let's do it. Lift. Step back. Lower. Moving with the breath. Fire up the left inner thigh. Lean forward. Make your way into warrior three. Airplane. Step back. Lower. Extend. Step forward. Lift. Left side. Back. Step. Whoop. Lower. Extend. Give yourself room to get a little tippy. Step back. Lower. Extend. Left foot forward. Left knee, lift. Go back. Step. Lower. Extend. Come forward into your balance. Back. Lower. And back forward. Let's do it 2 more times. Ready? Lift. Back. Lower. Good. Tip forward. Take off. Yes, I can, right? Step back. Lower. You fire up inner thigh. Extend. Step back. Last one. Lift. This is so fun, isn't it? Back. Step. Get into the left inner thigh. Extend. Come forward. Maybe let's take an extra breath in this left balance. And then step back. Lower. Might not have been so pretty. Extend. And step your left foot forward. Oh, yeah. And here we are. So I want you to take your hands to your thigh bones. Bend your knees a lot, hips back. And let's just take a few little standing cats and cows here. Exhale. Inhale. Good. We're almost done. Good. And then make your way into Utkatasana, Fierce Warrior. We're almost done here. Take your palms together and twist to your right. You can stay upright, or you can take your left elbow outside your right thigh, but make sure you don't have one of these left hips, left knee forward, but you want the twist coming from the left waist, just like we did at the beginning, right? Yeah. Inhale, back to center. Exhale your other way. Keep your right outer hip back, open it up. Oh yeah, you can press your right heel, elbow back and get a lot more resistance if you like. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, go forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank. And then make your way either right into down dog or take a half vinyasa if you want to come into cobra. And right to down dog. Good. Set it up. Take a breath. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Blocks are really great here. To get yourself going, walk your hands back and circle your arms up right into warrior one. See how low you can go. You might go lower than you thought. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Because we're just here to get ourselves to be our best self, right? It's not a competition. There's no zero-sum game. Exhale right into warrior two. Good. Take your left shoulder back. Take your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your heart. Keep your right thigh bone out. And then as you dip forward, your heart sweeps forward, but your inner thigh bones sweep back. Good. Inhale all the way back to center. arms to T, shoulder blades down your back. Bend both your knees. Take your bum back. And you're going to reach over to the right and start to lengthen your legs so you make your way into a nice triangle pose, whatever it looks like, but your right waist is lifted. And you're going to inhale, lift up, and exhale all the way over. But it's a long breath. It's a long distance. Notice your desire to get through it really quick. Good. We're not going to do that. We're just going to see where we go and maybe go a little deeper than we thought. Maybe, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Right? So let's just take 2 more. Last one. Now have your straps, your block nearby, because you're going to take your hands to the front of your mat, make your way through a lunge, and lower your back left knee to the floor. So now my left knee is way behind my left hip. Did you notice? I want yours to be that way too. So I don't want your thigh bone, left thigh bone, perpendicular to the floor. I want it behind your hip. Step 1, you're going to press your left knee down and isometrically draw it forward. And notice how you're getting into the left quad. You're golden. You don't have to do one more thing. Step 2, if you want, you can bend your left knee. Oh, you'll get a little deeper, but you're going to keep the resistance of the knee forward. That's great. Step 3, you can take your block under your left hand. Take your right hand behind you and bind with your foot, or you can take a strap. But make sure your left heel stays on the left side of your body. If you're bound, press your foot back. Now, if you want to go deeper, this is kind of funky. You can come up and take your left hand across your body, and your quad is going to get really stretched, which is already stretched pretty good now. And just see if you can take a breath or 2 here. Oh, yeah. And release. That was great, guys. Let's make our way through table and into a child pose. Knees wide, big toes together. And just kind of shake out your hips. We're going to do the left side, I didn't forget. But I want you to just regroup, make sure you're centered, make sure you didn't forget your breath or your intention, right? And when you're ready, make your way through table and back into dog. And walk your dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you, left leg. Exhale, step your left foot forward, preparing for warrior 1. You press your feet down, you circle your arms up, outer arm bones back. Gloriously powerful. Your right inner thigh is hugged to the muscles. Oh yeah, just notice where you feel it. And then right into warrior 2 with your left thigh bone back and your right shoulder back, right? Good. Take your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, take your inner thigh bones back and sweep your chest forward as you make your way into a nice forward fold here, forward bend. Press your feet down to come all the way up on an inhale. Good. Arms to T, you're in warrior 2. Bend both your knees, take your bum back, like you're on a surfboard, okay? Wi-Fi bump. Then you're gonna tip to your left and start to grow your legs long, right out of the hips. The left waist lifts up, and then inhale all the way up and reverse. And exhale all the way over, squeezing the left side of your body, lengthening the right. Inhale, now you're going to do the opposite. Now you're going to lengthen the whole left side and squeeze the right. And notice this should feel familiar because we did this, a variation of this, seated. Good. Take a few more here. Good. Inhale. Oh, yeah. You can feel yourself getting stronger every time you come to the mat. Time to take the class, right? Let's take one more. Good, perfect. Now you're going to take your hands to the front of your mat, make your way through a lunge, and lower your back right knee behind your right hip. So we're going to come into the quad stretch. Now notice how my back is rounded? I'm going to take a block here. And that way, with my hands on the blocks, I can draw the shoulder blades back. My right knee's behind me. I'm going to make sure it's stuck and pull it forward, getting right into my right quad. If you pull the left foot isometrically back, you'll get a little deeper even. And you can stay right there. It's great. You can bend your right knee. That's great. Stay right there. With your right hand on a block, you can take your left hand behind you. And this time, you can bind, if you choose, with or without a block, keeping the resistance of your right knee forward, staying right in that right quad. If you're bound, press the right foot back into your hand. If you want to get a little fancy, this is not advanced, it's just fancy. There's no advanced. You can come up and press your foot back and get maybe a little deeper into the right quad. Are you breathing? Did you forget your breath? That will not do, right? All right. And resist. Make your way back through table and into a child pose. So your knees are wide, your big toes are together. Release your heart towards the earth. Now I want you to walk your hands, both hands, over to the right side of your body. I want to lift my belly over my right thigh bone. And as you reach your hands over to the right, you're going to reach your left outer hip back. You can even use your hands against the surface you're on and isometrically pull your arms back towards you. And then you can press your hands isometrically away from you and notice that big stretch on the outer left side of your body as you close your eyes and breathe so deep. Oh yeah. How yummy is that? This is also for the fascia on the left side of your body. Now I want you to come towards center, back to center, and you're going to walk your hands over to your left. And again, I like to massage my belly over my thighs. Yeah, bellies are good. We need them, guys. And you're going to reach your hands over. You know what to do. So you're going to take your palms of your hands, the heels of the palms, press them down and away from you and get lots of length on the right side of your body. Just take a few breaths there, reaching the right outer hip back. Notice how everything you do, there's always an opportunity for what we call muscular engagement. Right? Now take 2 more breaths as you pull your heels, the heels of your hands towards you, and keep your right outer hip drawing back. You'll get more into your arms that way. Take a few breaths here. There we are. And come all the way back to center, back to table. Walk your knees to the right, come onto your left hip, and come all the way to lying on your back. Wow, that was really awesome. So come to lying on your back, draw your knees to your chest, and I want you to take some circles with your knees so that your knees roll away from each other. This is an opportunity for big, full breathing. There's no messing around here, guys. Right? I'm going to speak one more thing in here since I'm the last class of the day, I think. So I want you to extend your legs nice and long and wide. Yummy. You're going to take your hands inside your thigh muscles. And we're going to do the same thing we did before with resistance. You're going to press your legs toward each other, but you're going to hold your hands back and you're going to fire up your inner thighs right to the pelvic floor. Yum. And then inhale, open them up. Exhale, now press your hands into your legs. Your legs are resisting all the way up. I want you to think of your back, your low back, feel the release there. And then exhale, release. That was an inhale release, I'm sorry. Exhale, press, 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 press. And then inhale, release it. Let's take one more. Exhale, exhale, exhale. And release it. And draw your knees toward your chest. Just gonna walk your knees. Oh yeah. Okay, now you're gonna take your legs out wide. And this time you're gonna take your hands to your outer thighs. I'm almost done, I promise. You're gonna press your hands in, but your legs are gonna resist out. Legs are gonna resist out. So this is your IT band and the medius here. The legs resist out and then open them up. And then exhale, resist them out, press them in. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And resist and release open. And then, you know, this is like things that Marnie, you've seen Marnie do with timing. So it's the same, I think the same kind of idea. And open. We're gonna take two more. Inhale. And open. Last one, inhale. And open. Oh yeah, that was the last one. Draw your knees to your chest. That was good. Take your arms to T, drop your knees to the right. I like to move my bum over to the left. And let's get a nice twist here. Roll your ribs to the left. Maybe you look to your left side. Take a few breaths here. Close your eyes here. Really allow the practice in. All the work you just did, let it in. Now we're going to change sides, come back through center. I like to move my bum to the right, lift my knees, and drop them to the left. Rolling my ribs to the right, even gazing to the right if it's available. And take a breath. Then inhale back to center for a nice Shavasana. Take your arms, palms up, lift your bum, and just kind of slide your bum right and left and back and forth. Just notice it, shake, 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 step out. And then roll your spine to the earth as if you're rolling from the top of the pelvis to the tailbone back to the earth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through your mouth as you release your legs nice and long, wide of your mat. And give yourself a lovely Shavasana, honoring that light that you are, the gifts that you have. There's only one you, and take rest. Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Exhale through your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest. Roll to your right side. Just be there for a moment. And then make your way to a seat on your mat. And bring your palms together to your heart center. There's a little Russian in all of us. And that's why the story was so funny, because we can kind of relate to it on some level. So when we find ourselves needing to rewrite a story, notice what we're feeding. Are we feeding our sense of superiority or our sense of inferiority? And find that place in the middle. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. Mwah. Love you guys. I'm going to stop the recording.